All right, everyone. As you all know, the general rise in bigotry in America, at least insofar as its loudness and its domination of our culture, has been increasing as of late. I mean, look online. It seems like transphobia, or at least transphobia-friendly ideas or things, are just kind of the thing in broader internet culture. It really seems like our society has become more accepting of anti-Semitism in the form of, like, Kanye West still having a pretty large audience after the shit he's said. And, you know, people like Nick Fuentes and a lot of neo-Nazi figures just building more of an audience. We had January 6th when a literal Nazi fascist, like, insurrection happened at the Capitol to try to destroy our democracy. It just really seems like things are just kind of getting bad lately, you know? Like, things have just gotten real rough. Real rough. And, you know, obviously you have the very borderline milquetoast figures like Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro who are relatively mask on with their bigotry, but they're still, you know, normalizing pretty bald-faced hatred of minorities. But then you've got the more mask-off figures like Nick Fuentes, and it's scary how much support these figures are gaining. And to be fair, they're not gaining, like, enough support for it to be a real threat, but it is still worrying how broadly accepting the internet has been of people like Nick Fuentes, despite how mask-off he's continued to go, right? Like, there are normie, centrist drama YouTubers that I know that don't hate Nick Fuentes, who are just kind of fine with him because they think he's kind of a funny meme, right? Same goes for, like, Alex Jones. There's just sort of a growing acceptance of even the most evil people, like with the most evil ideologies, who actively just admit they want to slaughter countless innocent people if they had their way. Like, it's just kind of becoming an all, like, you know, let them have their audience, let them talk, you know? Like, what's the harm? Regardless, good example of this person is Nick Fuentes, and, well, this tweet kind of went viral, and, it features a clip of Nick Fuentes along with this caption. We're going to give it a little bit of a watch. Yesterday, in Nick Fuentes' speech, he added to the message he left that @Michael Knowles was missing. Yes, we need to eradicate transgenderism, he argued, but also feminism, liberalism, and Satanism. He ends with a big build-up saying that Judaism has got to go, to massive applause. Think you can separate transgenderism from anti-Semitism and other forms of bigotry? Ask Nick Fuentes, his followers, mass shooters, and the Republicans like Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump, who embraced him. There is no such thing from a Christian white nationalist perspective. Absolutely. From the Christianist, neo-Nazi, white nationalist, fascist, all these buzzwords perspective, and I know they're buzzwords, but there are people who are these things, and Nick Fuentes is one of them. From that perspective, the Jew, the trans person, the black person, the gay person, the feminist, the degenerate artist, like, all of these things are all a bundle of the same overarching problem. Anyway. Oh, wait, I just realized I should probably stop the hightail music before I start the clip, huh? Alright, get ready to hear, like, a supervillain speech.
To take it a step further, he says transgenderism is terrible.
Okay, hold on. So, as I said, this is Nick Fuentes speaking in regards to Michael Knowles doing genocidal rhetoric at an event. This is Nick Fuentes talking about how like, making fun of Daily Wire for not being genocidal enough, because Daily Wire still keeps the mask pretty on. So this is Nick Fuentes being like, man, they're such cucks for having to keep the mask on so much.
To take it a step further, he says transgenderism is terrible, it's got to go because it's wrong, it's evil, it's wicked, it's harming children. Well, then in that case, feminism, it's got to go too. Feminism Liberalism's got to be eradicated. Sorry, that's gone. And I don't care, right liberalism, left liberalism, it's got to go. That's not...
Holy shit. I like the random chaser in the chat. If any of you guys have ever wondered, hey, are Nazis chasers?
It's got to go. That's not in my vocabulary, okay? Satanism. Gone. Totally wiped out. of the day, you know what else has got to go in a Christian society?
Democracy?
Well, that.
I like how one of them yelled, democracy, and he was like, yeah, well, that. Like, yeah, of course, we gotta get rid of democracy. Like, yeah, no shit, democracy has to go. It's not like any of these... Like, Nick Fuentes has gone on speeches about how as long as democracy exists, his ideals can't win. He has straight up admitted, like, yeah, our ideals are not popular. We have to break the system and bypass democracy in order to destroy the rights of the minorities we hate. Like, he's... Like, Nick Fuentes is the most, like... mask off of Nazis. There's a reason why the most disgusting, like most low-life bigot types go to him. It's because it's the one place where they can be the most popular place, where they can be the most mask off. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like there's people whose names in the chat are literally just the N-word. And that's, and like, you know, they think that's the funniest shit in the world. Like, that's the audience and, like, the group of people we're talking about here.
And at the end of the day, you know what else has got to go in a Christian society?
Democracy?
Well, that. It's not interactive. They're not, okay.
A lot of people yelling at you.
This is a big one. This is a big one, okay? And this is going to be the controversial one, but this is the one. This is the only one.
I like how many people in the chat are spamming women out, woman out, woman out.
Okay, and this is going to be the controversial one, but this is the one, this is the only one that hates Jesus in the world. Not Hinduism, not Islam, not Buddhism, but the other thing that's got to go from the public life at the highest levels is this Talmudic Judaism.
Oh, you'll notice, by the way, he's got a screen in the background of, like, scrolling skeletons. Like, a black and white video of, like, skeletons and like, ruins. I think you can probably put together what that's supposed to be. Yeah, this is Cozy TV. A lot of, like, drama streamers and commentary streamers stream on Cozy TV. It's Nick Fuentes' streaming site. It's where he pulls his wealth now, is from the streaming site Cozy TV. But, like, look at the background and everything. He's got his, like, you know, the scrolling screen of, like, skeletons. I think you can imagine what that's supposed to represent. Let's hear that again.
The other thing that's got to go from the public life at the highest levels is this Talmudic Judaism.
I imagine that went on for a while longer, much the same. I need to be clear here. There are several layers of right-wing propagandists right now, and all of them rely on you, up until this point, ignoring this. People like Matt Walsh desperately try to argue people like Nick Fuentes don't exist. They know he does, and their goal is for people to end up there. But Nick Fuentes is just too much of kind of a, you know, kind of a fucking retard to keep the mask on. Like, Nick Fuentes, like, started doing this when he was, like, 17 or 18 years old. I think he was too much of, like, an edgelord dumbass to realize the best way to do this is to keep the mask on. Quickly fell into the niche of being, like, the most mask-off Nazi because he's pretty well-spoken. And just kind of went with that, right? In an alternate world, had he started in his, like, maybe early 20s, mid-20s, he would be a way more mask-on figure. He might be working for the Daily Wire, but he's blown that at this point. He's been a mask-off Nazi for too long at this point. So he's just owned the, you know, full-on neo-Nazi label, right? You're going to notice that a lot more people who aren't even on the right are going to be defending Nick Fuentes and his right to have a platform. And the reason for that is, well, the tolerance paradox, the paradox of tolerance. There's a lot of people right now who are basically kind of gravitating towards this hyper pro free speech Gamergate era type position that we need to open up as much completely unregulated, open free speech for anybody as possible. No TOS, no restrictions on platforms, all of these things, right? That punishing people for saying things, regardless of the outcome, of what they say is bad. Cough, shoe, cough. Yeah, shoe on head's a good example of this, right? You're going to see a lot more of this, and these people are, of course, useful idiots, tools of the far right, as they were back in the day. Hell, I just remember, you would be surprised at how willing, you'd be surprised how far right liberals and centrists will go when the culture war leans to the right. Recently, I was, like, right before I went live on stream today, I was watching, I was watching a Bill Nye segment. Like, not an older Bill Nye segment, a newer Bill Nye segment. Like, he was doing an interview or something like that. And it threw me back to 2017 when Bill Nye did this show, this, like, Netflix special, where he basically did, like, an adult version of his classic Bill Nye the Science Guy show. It's like, hey, we're adults now, so let's talk about these issues with a more modern, obviously modern scientific perspective, but also in a more adult manner, right? And while a lot of these videos from many of these YouTubers has since been taken down, well, some of it's still up. You see, Bill Nye the Science Guy did a show where he talked about climate change, and it was a very progressive show. And I mean, if you look, I searched Bill Nye Goes Woke, you can see Bill Nye goes full SJW, trashes whites, praises transgenders and gays. Bill Nye, the Science Guy, rage about global warming. Here's some just stuff. Why people hate Bill Nye the Science Guy. From the Gamer from Mars, this guy's just a normie YouTuber. This guy's not even a political YouTuber, and he was shitting on Bill Nye. This is all because he did a segment on climate change being real and a big issue we need to worry about, and he did a segment on how sex and gender aren't the same thing and there's more than two genders. Bill Nye the Science Guy, the guy who these people oftentimes admitted themselves they grew up watching and learning about science from, they all were all like, man, Bill Nye lost it. Bill Nye went woke. Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic made a video, actually, where they shit on Bill Nye for his, I believe it was his climate change segment. Because he said the world is on fire, and they're like, oh my god, I used to watch this guy as a kid, and now he's saying the world is on fire? He's gone off the deep end. I remember that Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic video where they were shitting on Bill Nye for going woke and being an SJW, for repeating basic science that is agreed upon today. You have to understand, the Gamergate era, and I keep drawing comparisons to Gamergate because it was just as retarded as the internet is now. The Gamergate era was one in which you literally had liberals arguing against beloved science popularizers who actually have, like, credibility about science that those science popularizers know more about, because it is the, like, culture war line to be against that thing, to be against this supposed climate panic, to be against this supposed crazy gender narrative, right? That was the thing back then. And now once again, it's uneducated people losing their mind, even on the left, even on the center, losing their mind to defend the most horrific shit, whether it be anti-science shit or even literally the right for Nazis to have a platform. You're going to see a lot more of this until this era of right-wing cultural domination ends. I know that so much of my content lately has been just, saying a lot of the same stuff about we're in an era of right-wing cultural dominance, but, like, we are. And it's kind of relevant to everything that I talk about now. But also, do you guys remember this video? Why LeftTube is dying and the next anti-SJW wave is rising? I'm still getting hate comments on this video from Noah Samson fans. This video came out a year ago. What was the exact date? January 15th, 2022. Early last year, right before the giant, right-wing shit hit the fan. What did I say in this video again that I got so much hate for? Let me read some of the more recent comments from my fans. Zan never misses. This video aged like fine wine. Some hate comments from Noah Samson fans. This was spot on. Holy shit, he predicted it. More hate comments from Noah Samson fans. Holy shit. I still, on this video, am getting hate comments from the brigade that Noah Samson sent to my channel. Yeah. A lot of people in the like recent comments who are like fans and not like just hate commenters from Noah Samson. Noah is so weird. Noah Samson's a piece of shit. The comments from like actual fans who have come back to the video to like comment are all like, holy shit, this aged like fine wine, this aged very well, holy shit. Like, and the reason is, and I do take a little bit of pride in predicting the state of politics, but the reason why I keep bringing it up is because I'm trying to teach you guys how to read the room. You guys, like, do you guys understand? I'm trying to teach you guys how to look at internet culture in particular and know what the state of it is and how best to engage with it. I think I'm pretty good at it. Not perfect, but decent. And I'm trying to teach you guys how to do it. Because what I did when I was like, I think there's going to be another anti-SJW wave soon, wasn't me predicting something or getting lucky. It was me just kind of reading the room, looking at kind of where things were headed, and making a educated guess. And I want to teach you guys how to do the same thing. Which is why I bring this up so much, and I point to all the examples, I point to the clues, I point to the hints, right? And I hope you guys have learned something from it. Regardless, we are in hell, and there is absolutely no way out. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I really do enjoy your support and enjoy your support. I do appreciate your support, regardless of how you lent it to me. Thank you so much for watching, no matter how you supported me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and with all that said, have a good one.